in the sectional semifinals, and it's time now to look at...
Here, Chuck Freeby was born. Here's our play-by-play voice.
And John Miller slips as he kicks off. The kick is taken by White, and he returns it up to the 40-yard line. So all of a sudden, and now there's a fumble, and Wawasee has recovered on the fumble.
Wow.
So White, in bringing it back up the field, lost the handle on it. Wawasee recovers, and we'll take another look. That was not White, 44. Instead, it was 14 who brought the ball up the field for the Rockies. That's Mark Roberts. And so Wawasee recovers, and the Warriors have the ball at the Rocky 38-yard line. Will set their offense after this play with Joe Leach, the quarterback, running out of the shotgun as he typically does. 3 receivers set to the bottom of your screen. Leach looks to the sideline and gets the play from head coach Joe Rietveld. Movement along that Wawasee line, that'll cost him 5, and that'll give us a chance to set the Wawasee lineup, brought to you by WawaseeMotorCompany.com. Leach, the quarterback, has Schwartz as his lone running back. They run a 3-receiver set with Mock, Richardson, and Geiger. Mock, the top receiver of that crew. They'll throw to the tight end, Zimmerman, and it is a very good offensive line. All seniors across there, including the center, Todd Jones.
Well, we wondered whether the weather would have an effect on the game or not. It already has. Kicker slipped, kicked it to a guy who usually doesn't receive it, and he fumbled it. 1st and 15, and Tom Schwartz runs into Alex Quintana and the rest of the Rocky defense. Schwartz gets 1, and that's it. So let's take a look at the Plymouth defense, brought to us by Bowen Printing. Yeah, they're going to go with a 3-4 set tonight. Hooker will play the nose guard. He's back after an ankle injury. Quintana's all conference. The linebackers are very solid with Renz, the White brothers, and Benner. The corners, Morris and Elliott, quick, but Elliott inexperienced. Corbett at safety was also all conference. 2nd down and 14. Leach to throw. All the time in the world, fires it well over the head of his intended receiver, Nick Richardson. Richardson well covered on the play that time by Dave Burrows.
Program, and it's nice to see 2 good friends and 2 good programs going head-to-head, and unfortunately one of us will have to turn in equipment next week.
Good luck to you and the Warriors tonight.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Joe Leach forced to scramble on 3rd and 14, can only pick up a yard. The Plymouth defense with a huge stop here to open this contest. It'll be 4th down and 13 from the 41 as you take one more look on the TC replay at the end of the play. Leach getting tripped up around the ankles.
Well, how about Quintana and that defense for Plymouth? They answered big when their team turned it over on the opening kickoff. Now it's 4th down and 13, and Wawasee's going to go.
Well, the last time they met, it was 31-28 Wawasee. Leach with a pooch kick, and it's a beauty. It's going to roll down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Joe Leach has done this before. He averages 41 yards a kick. This one good for 33 and puts Plymouth in deep field position. So it gives us a chance to look at the Plymouth offense now, which is brought to you by Bowen Printing. Chad Clinton, the quarterback, as Brent Corbett and John Popey back from a leg injury, a broken leg that he suffered against Wawasee. The receivers are Joe Scott and Travis Loving. Quintana, the tight end, is certainly a weapon. He's their leading receiver, and it's a veteran offensive line led by the all-conference tackle, Blaine Schaefer. 1st and 10 from the 9, and Clinton will also go from the shotgun. Clinton keeps it himself on the option, tucks it upfield and goes for about 5 yards before he's brought down by Tyson Kasi and the rest of the Wawasee Warriors. Let's take Tyson Kasi, who just made that stop, the leading tackler on the team, from safety. From the shotgun, it's Clinton handing off to Brent Corbett. Corbett works his way off the right side, still on his feet, and has a 1st down for Plymouth to the 25.
Gain of 10 yards on the play and a well-conceived play. Little concern here tonight, Chuck. Both teams love to go out of the shotgun, and that could be a factor tonight. I got a chance to talk to John Barron before tonight's game, had his thoughts on this big matchup with Wawasee. Coach, you're down to one of those situations that we talk about all season, the playoffs. It's tonight or not at all. What are your plans tonight?
Well, hopefully we're going to play a good football game. You know, I know we're playing a good team and a great quarterback. You know, our kids have been had a great week of practice, and I think since the tournament started, we're getting healthy again and getting some confidence back. So hopefully we play well tonight.
Somebody said number 9 will lead the team to victory tonight. That could happen for either one. Your thoughts about Joe Leach?
He's a great player. I mean, when you watch him on film, you're even more impressed with him. He's a tough runner. He knows how to get everybody else involved, Zimmerman and Leach and the other guys on the outside, and Coach Riefeld does a great job with his offense. His kids play extremely confident in that offense. It's hard to stop.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Braxton Riley made the big stop on the last play, so it's 2nd down and 10 for Plymouth. Clinton pitches out to Corbett. Corbett with no running room at all. Lance Zimmerman, the big linebacker, gets out there and stops him after a game of 2. Zimmerman, 6'1", 220 pounds and a senior, and watch the range he shows here as he goes after Corbett.
Like it might have been a little bit of a face mask concern there, but the official said no. Good news for Plymouth. Quintana is among the leading punters in the area, average of about 34 yards a kick. And after that early turnover, got a great stop defensively. They picked up a 1st down and some yardage here. Big 3rd down for Plymouth in this 1st quarter.
3rd and 8, trips to the top of the screen. Clinton will roll that way. Bonke almost has him, and Clinton comes back the other way. He's got blockers in front. Gets a nice block from Schaefer, cuts it up the field and gets to the 34, but he's still a yard short of the 1st down. Boy, a nice run that time by Chad Clinton as he was able to elude Brandon Bonke and then come back to the near side, but just couldn't get enough for the 1st down, and John Barron has to make a decision from his own 34. So you take another look on the TCU replay.
The sledding is a little slick out there, and the defensive players at a disadvantage. You're seeing people slipping and sliding. Clinton did a good job. It's 4th down and a long yard. I think John Barron's probably got to punt that football out of here.
Well, you might think that, but Clinton's going to line up in the shotgun here on 4th and 1. John Barron said there might be times he would gamble. He's gone for 4th down 33 times this year, converted 17, and I don't think he got that one. Clinton tried to turn the corner and came up short of the 35. That's where he had to get the 1st down, and Wawasee more than likely will take over on downs. We'll have a measurement as you take another look on the TCU replay. It's Brandon Bonke who wrestled him down.
Got to agree with you, partner. If the lines are straight, the marker is on the 35. They started this possession at the 25, and he should be about 6 inches short.
So a calculated risk taken here by John Barron early in this football game. But with 6:59 to go in the 1st quarter, Wawasee's going to take over on downs at the Plymouth 35.
Wow.
What a big play by Bonke, the senior defensive end. He's only 5'8", 160, but that gives him the speed to get to the outside and contain Clinton that time.
Started their first drive in the 38, heading in this time in the 34. With 6:59 to go here in the 1st quarter. And guess one thing John Barron's not going to do is leave anything in his pockets. He's going to go for it when he can.
Showed a lot of faith in his team that time.
I like the play. I thought it was well conceived, and I was surprised that Clinton, with the leverage that he had, didn't get a little bit more yardage, but it was a great hit defensively.
Leach from under center now sends Mock in motion to the near side. Leach on a quarterback draw, and Alex Quintana, and people saw this coming. Quintana, the big 6'4" senior defensive end, comes up and makes another big hit at the line of scrimmage. And this is what the Plymouth fans have been waiting for all year.
All game. And they've all been big ones, and he came to play tonight.
Back at the rock pile, 1st and 10 for Wawasee. Joe Leach has the legs taken out from under him by Sean Benner. Nice play that time by the Rocky linebacker, who's a 3-sport athlete and probably one of the better tacklers among this linebacking corps.
Tell you what, Chuck, this is our 2nd look at the Plymouth Rockies this season. Or 3rd. We've done 2 games prior to this, and this is the best I've seen their defense play.
2nd down, they'll say Leach lost a yard on that one. It'll be 2nd and 11. Now Leach rolls out. stops, looks, fires, and it's a little too hard for the intended receiver, Nick Richardson. Michael Hooker was bearing down on Leach, and Leach let go with a bullet, and I don't think he's had a completed pass tonight yet.
0 for 5 so far in the night. Clinton has not tried a pass. And overall, Wawasee, with 3:10 to go in the first quarter, has accounted for 1 total yard. They've had 10 yards in penalties. Leach is 0 for 5 passing. He's got 0 yards on 2 carries as a ball carrier, and the only other carry was for Schwartz, who got 1 yard.
3rd and 11 with 3:10 to go in the quarter. It's Leach again from the gun. Rolling out, flush from the pocket, he stops, looks downfield, decides he'll tuck it under, runs at the official. Now Renz tries to get a hand on him, and finally Morris is able to come up and make the stop at the 40, well short of the first down, and Wawasee will have to punt.
Tell you what, Renz did a great job. He stayed home on this backside, and then he was double teamed, and he kept moving out, making the quarterback go wider and wider, and finally the pursuit helped out. Watch number 10 fighting through a double team here and is able to get outside. Didn't make the tackle, but if he hadn't been there, Leach could have gone for big yardage on that play.
And so now you wonder what Leach will do here as he lines up in a shotgun formation on 4th and 4. Again, it's that line drive quick kick, but this time Plymouth back to receive it. Corbett at his own 18. Corbett with some blocking. He's got 5 career punt returns for touchdowns, and he gets slammed out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A nice return by Brent Corbett of 25 yards.
Pretty effective after a 42-yard kick.
Watch Corbett get to the outside, had a nice wall of blockers there, and when the big hosses came over, well, they weren't exactly gentle now, were they?
No, and I think a photog from Fox 28 took a hit there. If you need that for insurance purposes, call us. No, actually, I think he's all right.
So Plymouth continues to increase its field position, which was one of their keys to the game. This time they're at their own 44. They put Corbett in the slot on the far side. Quintana split to the bottom of your screen. Clinton in the shotgun. 2:11 to go in the quarter. They're going to hand it off this time, and up the middle, not getting a lot, is Dave Reed. Reed has not had a lot of carries for this Plymouth team this year, and judging by that one, that might be why. He ran into a big house in Braxton Riley.
Well, we hadn't heard much about him as being a possible ball carrier tonight, but we'll add him to the sheet.
So it'll be 2nd down and 9. Riley having a huge game so far in the early going, so both the defensive lines dominating play so far. Clinton yet to throw a pass. This might be the situation for it on 2nd and 9. They give it to Reed, who gives it back on the reverse to Corbett, and Corbett's got blockers in front. Brent Corbett races up the field to the 26-yard line. That's a rocky first down.
Wow. Boy, and Joe Leach threw a great block downfield, led the play.
30-yard gain for number 30, Brent Corbett. And obviously, Plymouth had seen Wawasee over pursuing and not containing, and it cost the Warriors on that time.
Big play in this ball game. Obviously the biggest play so far for either team.
Zimmerman finally brought him down. Joe Rietveld trying to figure out a way to stop this rocky attack. It's Corbett on the handoff, still on his feet, finally goes down just across the 25-yard line.
Hoosier Driving Academy is dedicated to teaching safe and responsible driving, serving all of Michiana at their Plymouth and the newest location in South Bend. Hoosier Driving Academy, state accredited with professional instructors, is service and safety oriented and takes interest in each student. Visit their website at www.hoosierdriving.com or call toll free 866-936-2659. Hoosier Driving Academy, keeping you collision free for life.
Corbett having a big first quarter running the football as the seconds tick away here in stanza number 1. It's Corbett in the eye, but it's Clinton on the keeper, and he'll go forward for about 5, and that'll set Plymouth up with a 3rd down and 4 as the first quarter comes to an end at the Rock Pile in Plymouth. Lots of action, but very little offense to show for it so far. It's Plymouth nothing and Wawasee nothing on the TV 46 high school football game of the week. No score here at the Rock Pile in Plymouth, but that may change because the second quarter has been very kind to the Plymouth Rockies this year. They have outscored their opponents 125-35 in the second stanza this year, and they're knocking at the door here, Bob.
They are certainly in good position to do something about that scoreboard as we begin the second quarter. First quarter stats: Plymouth 68 yards rushing, 0 passing. Wawasee 0 passing, 7 yards rushing, so 68-7 the number there. Plymouth with 2 first downs. Wawasee has yet to get a first down, and the turnover to start the ball game against Plymouth was nullified by great defense. And well, I tell you, there's a couple of great players in that first quarter for Plymouth. Certainly Corbett with that 30-yard run, and I'm impressed with the effort of Alex Quintana in this ball game so far, number 4.
Key down in the game here on 3rd and 4 as we begin the second quarter. Clinton takes the snap, gives it off to White. He barrels forward, still struggling for yards. He's not going to get to the sticks. He only picked up about 2. Dustin White, the sophomore running back who was handling the ball quite a bit in the earlier portion of the season, gets his first carry of the night and his 70th of the year. So 4th down and 3. Plymouth has not attempted a field goal all year, and I wouldn't anticipate them doing it here. And they will go for it against this Wawasee defense. Corbett is back in the game. He's the tail of the tandem. Clinton keeps it on the option, tries to go up the field. He had to get to the 16, and he's got the first down. Where the line judge and the linesmen, Bruce Wyrick and Alex Weiskup, have come in, Clinton has the first down based on their markings.
As dependable experts in the used car business, Wawasee Motor Company, located in Syracuse, offers an excellent line of quality, dependable cars and trucks at wholesale prices. Their website at wawaseemotorcompany.com is a great spot to see their complete inventory of used cars. If you tell them that you heard about them on the TV 46 Game of the Week, you will receive a free car detailing with the purchase of a vehicle off their lot or website. When you find yourself looking for your next car, truck, or SUV, look no further than wawaseemotorcompany.com. They take pride in each car they sell.
Clinton from the gun. Keeps it himself on the option. Stumbles forward to the 9-yard line. That's a pickup of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. So Clinton, with his 8th carry of the night, making progress here for the Rockies.
29 yards on 8 carries tonight.
And look at the way he hurdled the line there. Kazi finally was able to fight off the block and bring him down.
Boy, you'd like to pick up 7 on first down, gives you all the options.
It'll be 2nd down and 3. Dave Christensen goes well wide. You probably can't even see him on your screen right now. Clinton from the shotgun. Double tight ends here for the Rockies. Clinton keeping it again on the option. Ooh, what a hit he took at the 7-yard line. Lance Zimmerman brought all the letters in his uniform that time.
Well, I'll tell you what, he might have picked up 1. It'll be 3rd down and long 2, and Clinton trying to get some cobwebs. He's walking a little sideways.
Clinton ran into Z and may have thought he was all the way back at A by the time that one was done.
And we're going to give him 2 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Joe Rietveld, childhood buddies with John Barron, going head-to-head with each other here at the Rock Pile tonight. And Plymouth looking for the first score of the game on 3rd and 2 here early in the second quarter. Clinton fakes it. He's looking to throw. Now he scrambles, and he's going to have the first down. Inside the Wawasee 5, it'll be 1st and goal for the Rockies at the 3.
Get 4 yards on a big 3rd down. Another first down for the Rockies. Clinton continues to impress. He has 35 yards rushing now.
Lucas Weingarten fighting off a groin injury to come in and make the tackle on that one. So it's 1st down and goal for Plymouth from the 3. This drive starting after a Brent Corbett punt return set up Plymouth at its own 44. Double tights again. The handoff to Corbett. Touchdown, Rockies. Brent Corbett with his 10th touchdown of the year, and the senior has Plymouth ahead 6-0.
8:35 left to go in the first half. They took over with 2:11 remaining in the first quarter.
Give Dave Reed credit for a big block that time on Zimmerman to open up the hole for Corbett. So now Chris Tobolski will try the extra point. He's 36 out of 42 on the point after so far this year.
And he's a first team all NLC soccer player as a goalkeeper.
Mark Roberts the holder. The snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 8:35 to go in the first half, the Rockies have struck pay dirt first. They lead Wawasee 7-0 on the 46 game of the week. The sounds of Rocky Top cascade through the rock pile. Plymouth on top 7-0 thanks to an excellent drive engineered by Chad Clinton and capped by Brent Corbett.
3924 for all of your printing needs.
So Chris Tobolski will kick off. Now this is from the same spot where John Miller slipped and fell to open the game. And Miller with a squib kick that's fielded on one knee at the 33-yard line. So that's where Wawasee will have to start. Tanner Benzinger wanted to make sure he had it. And Benzinger dropped to a knee as any good baseball player would and made the play.
Safety is a good idea here tonight. This field, the conditions are a little slick. And that's pretty good field position for Wawasee to start out.
Just past their own 32-yard line. Joe Leach is 0 for 5 throwing the football so far tonight. He fakes to Schwartz, throws to Andrew Mock. That's a nice safe pass, and he'll go for about 3 or 4 yards. Mock with his first catch of the evening and the 105th of his brilliant Warrior career.
Gained 2 yards on the play, but as you said, Chuck, more importantly, he got a completion for their quarterback. Pizza Bill's on Michigan Street in downtown Plymouth is proud to support the Rockies tonight. There's something for every member of your team at Pizza Bill's. Of course, they have fantastic pizza and Italian dishes, but don't forget they also have a huge selection of salads, hot and cold sandwiches, Mexican food, and even dessert. Rush to Pizza Bill's before the game and make the call that will have everyone cheering for you.
5 receivers in the set. Leach shovel pass to Schwartz. He managed to catch it against his hip, and then Quintana and a cadre of Rockies bring him down for the stop. Boy, Schwartz made a nice play just to catch that ball, Bob, and then Quintana was right there to greet him.
Well, he got just back to the line of scrimmage. Well, they're going to say he lost a yard, and we'll agree with him. So Schwartz had 1 yard rushing. Now he's back to 0 for the night. It's going to make it easy to add up these numbers at halftime.
So Leach from the shotgun on 3rd and 8. Wawasee without a first down yet, but that'll change right here as they hit Trent Brown up at the 46-yard line. He's forward to the 49. And for Wawasee, their first down of the night, it's brought to us by WawaseeMotorCompany.com.
15 yards on the completion. 2 out of 7 now for 17 yards for Leach. And that first down of the game comes with 7:01 left to go in the first half. So give credit to that Plymouth defense.
Boy, the pads have been popping all through this one. Hard hits on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Riley getting the hit there for Wawasee. Plymouth has had some big hits too, but now Wawasee seeing if it can move the ball down the field here on 1st and 10 from its own 49. Leach, quarterback draw, has nowhere to run. Tries to scramble back to the right side, now has some room, and Dave Burrows flings him to the turf at the 43. But a great effort that time by Leach to pick up 8.
That's what he brings to the table for you. He has 14 yards now and 4 carries. But give credit to the Plymouth defense. They met him head on, knocked him backwards, looked like it might be a loss. They just couldn't wrap him up.
Leach was able to get him around the shoulder pads that time and just put him down to the turf. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 as Leach disposes of the towel. Lines up behind an unbalanced line, gives it to Schwartz with lots of running room, and Tom Schwartz rumbles forward to the 33-yard line. That's another 1st down brought to us by the WawaseeMotorCompany.com.
9-yard gain on that play. And Wawasee starting to get a little rhythm to their offense.
And rhythm, I think, is really the right word to use when you talk about their offense, because when they're clicking, they're in a tempo that this is really the first we've seen them in tonight. 1st down and 10 from the Plymouth 33. Leach will keep it this time and squirts forward to about the 30-yard line. So a pickup of 3 for Joe Leach.
The Woodwind and Brasswood invite you to visit their new outlet store featuring special deals on display and discontinued items. It's first come, first served, so shop early as all items are priced to move. Woodwind and Brasswood is located out the bypass at Brick Road on Technology Drive on the west side of South Bend.
2nd down and 7 from the 30 as Leach, who's being recruited by Northwestern, Indiana, Toledo, and St. Francis, sets his team at the line of scrimmage. Leach fakes it to Schwartz, steps up, being flushed out of the pocket, and down he goes. Alex Quintana with yet another stop. A big sack for Alex, his 4th of the year.
And his 5th tackle of the night. He's had a great first half. Came to play tonight.
3rd down and 9 from just at the 33-yard line. And Wawasee has been looking at 3rd and long all night. .502 left to go. And a big play here for the Plymouth Rocky defense. Leach with Schwartz in the backfield. 3 receivers in the set. And now Leach calls timeout. He's seen enough. And our timeouts tonight are sponsored by our friends at Michiana Contracting. So timeout on the field, 4:47 to go first half. Plymouth leads at 7-0 on the 46th game of the week. We're down to 1:09. 2 timeouts left for the Warriors. 7-0. Plymouth leads it on the 46th game of the week. Leach on the quarterback draw has the 1st down and more. What a spin move he puts on and gets forward to the 20-yard line. They'll stop the clock to move the chains.
11-yard gain. Bo Hunt will be visiting with one of our coaches here at halftime, and we'll have halftime stats and highlights for you, as well as our student athletes of the week and our band and orchestra members of the week as well. 1st down for Plymouth, or Wawasee rather. He spun right away from Brandon Elliott. Now Tom Schwartz gets that big body going. Corbett horse collars him, and Schwartz will go down close to the chains at the 10-yard line. It might be close enough to merit a measurement. Well, we'll wait and see if the officials want to call for the change. I got a feeling they might. They have stopped the clock with 45.5 seconds remaining, and timeout called by Wawasee. Our timeouts tonight sponsored by Michiana Contracting. 7-0. Plymouth leads it. And another 1st down. Leach from the gun. Fakes it to Schwartz. Now he's in trouble. Leach throws, and he's got the completion to Richardson, short of the goal line down to the 1-yard line. It's 2nd down. The clock will not stop. They're going to have to line up in a hurry, and Leach decides to burn the last time out with 28.5 seconds remaining in the half. As you take another look at the catch by Nick Richardson. Boy, in our angle up here in the press box, we could pretty much see the angle that Leach had, and he threw a terrific pass. They're going to go from the shotgun with Leach. 3 receivers on his right-hand side. Leach fakes it to Schwartz, keeps it himself. Is he in the end zone? No, he's short of the goal line. Wawasee's got to hurry up and line up here. Clock ticking away, 20 seconds left. They've got lots of time. And now the officials call an official timeout, and that's not going to please anybody on the Plymouth side. Oh, they can measure for the 1st down, though. The chains were just enough short of the goal line where they can measure and see if Wawasee gets a 1st down. And this is a huge...
And now let's see what the chains will reveal here. Everybody looking on. John Barron, Joe Rietveld, and they see that Wawasee is about 3 links short of a first down. So it should be 3rd down and 1 from the 1. They can make a first down without getting it in the end zone.
A measurement, it might have been a little bit different. They're saying put 21 seconds back on the clock.
Well, it's well worth having the measurement if it's that close. I mean, I don't think that's really the issue here. I think they're trying to figure out the time situation and just how much time should be on the clock. And as you mentioned, Bob, they've now put 21.1 on the clock, and they'll start. Can't put the .1 up there, so it's 21 seconds. And we wait for Dave Spencer to start the clock. There it goes, and here we go. Leach under center, quarterback sneak. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Warriors.
Joe Leach on the 1-yard carry for 6.
Wow. Well, won't that give people something to talk about a little bit at halftime?
If not dyspepsia, as we've heard earlier this season.
They can talk about the decision to go for it on 4th and 1. They can talk about the measurement decision. Polsian took over the kicking duties last week for Wawasee. He gets under this one. It's up, and it is good. Somehow it got inside the upright and over the crossbar, and Polsian, hitting that like one of Nagel's pitching wedges, puts that one over the crossbar to tie the game at 7.
Thanks, partner. You could have said one of my drives, which would have been also based on fact.
Well, take one more look here on the TCU replay. Boy, that went banking in off the upright and in. John Miller is ready to kick. Dave Burrows and Brent Corbett back deep. I would be very surprised if this were a deep kick.
Even on a dry night.
But we have seen some surprising things in this one, haven't we? Miller with a short kick that White will try to come up and field, and now it rolls past Reed and out of bounds, and the flag flies because it will be a legal procedure as the ball goes out of bounds.
And it'll be 1st down and 10 for Plymouth at the 35 with the clock stopped, and maybe an opportunity for a play or two.
Well, now they're waving off the flag because they're saying that Plymouth touched the ball before it went out of bounds. And so Plymouth will actually get the ball back at the 32, as you saw there on the TCU replay. Now, the TCU replay didn't show anybody touching the ball, but that's a moot point at this point with 15.5 seconds left in the half. Looks like Plymouth will just go into a kneel-down formation here to protect themselves, and they'll go to the locker room tied at 7 at halftime. Boy, what a wild first half this has been here at the Rock Pile, but as we expected, these two teams have a history of close games and no reason to expect this one to be any different. So as the Rockies go to the locker room, tied at 7 at the half.
46 in here to call the second half action. My partner, Chuck Freeby.
Thank you, Bob. Chris Tobolski puts the boot to it. Andrew Mock ready to take this one, but it goes over the head of Eric Brown and skitters into the end zone. And so a great kick by Tobolski, a touchback, will set up Wawasee with its worst field position of the night, back at its own 20. As we mentioned at halftime, the average field position for Wawasee in the first half was the Plymouth 49. It is amazing that this is a 7-7 game.
And that is a big factor, and it's going to be a big factor in the second half field position. Again, Wawasee went in and scored from 40 yards out. They went 40 yards in 6 plays for their game-tying first down.
Joe Leach had a very effective first half running the football, not so effective throwing it. We'll see how he does here tonight as Leach runs forward and plows ahead for about 5 yards. It was in the third quarter last week where Leach absolutely lit it up against East Noble. In fact, he threw for over 300 yards in the second half.
Pretty good half.
You take another look there on the TCU replay of the last play. Now we're ready for 2nd and 5 from the Wawasee 25. From the gun, they give it to Tom Schwartz, the big fullback, a big favorite of Bob and mine, goes forward before he's finally brought down at the 28-yard line. Making the tackle there is Jeremy Renz, the backup linebacker.
Well, I think both coaches would like to do the same thing with their first drive of the second half. That's use about 15 plays and 6 minutes and get down there and get in the end zone. And good drive, good start so far for Wawasee.
3rd down and 2. Again, the shotgun for Joe Leach. He'll keep it himself this time behind a lead block from Schwartz, who pancaked a man, and Leach has the first down up to the 37. Hodges and Burrows bring him down, but not before another Wawasee first down, brought to us by WawaseeMotorCompany.com. Here's another glance on the TCU replay.
13 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown for Joe Leach so far tonight, so he continues on track for another solid night. He's just been so solid all season long. I don't think Wawasee's had a bad game. They lost to Goshen, but Goshen had a pretty good football team.
And they lost to Concord, another very good football team. Now it's Schwartz with some nimble feet, still on those feet, and he goes forward for about 2 yards before he's brought down again. Jeremy Wren's in on the tackle, along with Michael Hooker, who gave you a nice interview there at halftime.
Did very nice. A couple of great representatives of their respective schools with us at halftime. And our hats off to the folks from Otorhinolaryngology and the Hearing Clinic for allowing us to have that be such an important part of our broadcast, to emphasize the student athlete and to learn from those young people about things like time discipline and management, and how they are able to be successful in the classroom and on the field and on the courts. And our congratulations to all of our student athletes of the week this season.
Leach to throw out in the flat. He's got Richardson, who makes a nice shoestring catch at the 43-yard line before Brandon Elliott comes up and makes the stop. Richardson, also a member of that Wawasee basketball team, but he'd like to put off hoops practice for another week or so.
Gain of 4 yards on the play. Let's see. Yeah.
Got the hands under it that time and did a nice job hauling that one in.
Gain of 4 yards on the play.
Elliott in that secondary for Plymouth has done a good job of covering these Wawasee receivers. Elliott had a big week last week against Northridge with 5 tackles. Here's Leach on the quarterback draw. Again, the block from Schwartz. Leach still on his feet, battling, did not get the first down. He's going to be short by about a yard. They mark it at the 46. He had to get past the 46 and in between the 46 and 47. Here's one more look on the TCU replay. And it was only the strength of Hooker who is able to bring him back and keep him from getting the first down.
Boy, good defense. I didn't think once he got across the 45, I thought it'd be pretty simple for him to get the first down, but he is going to be a half a yard short.
Hooker back from an ankle injury, coming up with a key play there. So it's 4th and less than a yard. Where have we seen this a few times tonight? Leach from the gun. Quick kick, and nobody back to take this one. If he gets any kind of roll, it's going to go down to the 17-yard line. A nice kick that time by Leach of 37 yards. And so that's where Plymouth will take over for its first possession of the second half.
You know, normally you say that's a good play for Wawasee not to let them return the ball. But on a night like this, maybe John Barron's happy he's not trying to return it. Don't have a guy back there that can fumble the punt. But
as nimble as Corbett proved to be on the last punt return when he brought it back 25 yards, I think Joe Rietveld has seen enough of that.
8:23 to go, third quarter. I'm not even going to tell the fans what you said to me at halftime about possible overtime.
Could be a late night is all we're saying. Chad Clinton takes the snap from the shotgun. Looking deep down the field for Glassburn. He threw it behind him, and it's incomplete. Glassburn well covered on the play by Tyson Kazi. Glassburn has had some big catches in games that we've done. In fact, he's got 16 receptions this year, but Clinton didn't put that one anywhere near him.
Folks, the place you need to be in Syracuse for great food and exceptional service is Didi's on Dewart Lake. Visit them for their awesome nightly chef specials. Monday is Mexican night, Wednesday is Italian night, and Sunday you'll be served the most succulent, mouth-watering ribs you've ever tasted. Didi and her staff are proud of the Warriors and the tremendous season they've had. Visit Didi's on Dewart Lake for a quality dining experience.
Now it's Clinton, stopped in the backfield by Shelby Kelly. Oh, he's absolutely drilled back at the 13-yard line. Kelly, the fine defensive end for this Wawasee team, has an engine that's always going, and he just used it to run right over Chad Clinton that time.
And Clinton going to lose about 3 yards on the play. Clinton now with 41 yards on the ground in 15 carries.
Well, and you have to think Clinton's looking for redemption in this game because the Wawasee game during the regular season was his worst game of the regular season. He was just 7 of 24 in that one.
Now tonight he's perfect, 0 for 2.
3rd and 13, different conditions here. Clinton going deep down the field and just overthrew the intended receiver, Joe Scott. Scott had a step on Tanner Benzinger, but they couldn't connect, and now Plymouth has to punt from deep in its own territory.
For the best fitness program in the area, look no further than Lakeside Fitness in Syracuse. More than just another fitness center, Lakeside Fitness offers activities such as aerobic and yoga classes, racquetball, tanning, and much more, all designed to enhance your mental and physical well-being. See Lakeside Fitness for a trimmer and fitter you.
So on 4th down and 13, Alex Quintana stands in his own end zone ready to punt the ball. Andrew Mock stands at his 45 awaiting the kick. Quintana shanks one off the side of his foot. It takes a roll to the Plymouth sidelines and goes out of bounds at the 34-yard line. That's a 21-yard punt, and it sets up Wawasee with more great field position.
Wow.
7:18 to go in the 3rd quarter, and Wawasee now with a real opportunity here to try to take the lead in this one, but the Plymouth faithful, as you see, are still behind their team.
That is the 5th time in the ball game that Wawasee will start inside the 40-yard line of Plymouth.
And yet, we're still tied 7-up. Leach gives it to Schwartz. The big fullback goes up the field. Quintana going for a pony ride as Schwartz finally goes down at the 28-yard line. And if you can carry Quintana on your back, you're a strong young man. That's 220 pounds. And he just takes 4 yards down the field right there.
Gain of 7 yards on the play.
Schwartz was the rookie wrestler of the year last year for the Wawasee program. And they say he's like a fast fullback. He showed that kind of strength that time. Leach keeps it himself this time, gives Schwartz a little bit of a break, but then Leach gets all wrapped up and tangled right at the line of scrimmage.
Hoosier Driving Academy is dedicated to teaching safe and responsible driving, serving all of Michiana at their Plymouth and their newest location in South Bend. Hoosier Driving Academy, state accredited with professional instructors, is service and safety oriented and takes interest in each student. Visit their website at www.hoosierdriving.com or call them toll free at 866-936-2659. Hoosier Driving Academy, keeping you collision free for life.
3rd and 3. 5 receivers in the set this time for Joe Leach. He's been around this program for 9 years. Started as a ball boy in the 4th grade. Now he's carrying the ball up the field for the Warriors and coming close to the first down at the 24-yard line.
Might have one of those dreaded measurements coming up here.
They'll set the ball, and Dave Spencer and his crew taking a close look. Wawasee says, hey, we got the first down. Spencer's not so sure, so he's going to bring the chains out for a measurement with 5:50 to go in the quarter.
Bo Hunt, you're on the sidelines. I wanted to ask you, when you see a team like Plymouth had no penalties in the first half, and they've shown up and really haven't had a bad play defensively tonight, you got to feel like they're very focused. I thought this is the best we've seen Plymouth this year.
Well, we're not hearing Bo right now, so...
All right, there you go, Bo.
Bob, you got me there?
Yeah.
There we go. I tell you what, Bob, Quintana on the defensive line, I think he's really stepped up tonight, and I think he's given some spark to this Rocky defense. Plymouth has really been playing well on defense. They're all defensive line, defensive back, everything. They're really coming up, stopping Joe Leach, and I just think it's Quintana. He's just performing tonight for us.
A great job there by our crew showing you how close that measurement was, as it's a first down for Wawasee. And it's going to be 1st and 10 as Leach goes from the shotgun here. Leach with time. Throws into the flat. It is knocked down by Mock. He was a little bit worried that Austin Hodges would come over and get an interception.
That ball's been hung out there a couple times tonight. 5 out of 15 passing for Leach. And he's got 5 more completions than Clinton has so far. Tough night to throw the football.
Schwartz will check out of the lineup. And I don't know how much more you can say about Joe Leach. I mean, just a tremendous young man, not only a great quarterback, but very active in his church. He's organized fundraisers for Heifer International, which helps feed families. And now, off a direct snap, instead of Leach getting the ball, yes, it is Leach getting the ball. Okay, so they had some motion that time, but it was Leach who took the snap, and he goes forward to the 21-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of about 3.
As dependable experts in the used car business, Wawasee Motor Company, located in Syracuse, offers an excellent line of quality, dependable cars and trucks at wholesale prices. Their website at wawaseemotorcompany.com is a great spot to see their complete inventory of used cars. If you tell them that you heard about them on TV 46 in the Game of the Week, you'll receive a free car detailing with the purchase of a vehicle off their lot or website.
3rd and 7. Leach off a pump fake, throws it out there in an area where he had 2 receivers, but the ball falls harmlessly. And once again, it's Morris, Alex Morris, providing the pressure that time, coming on a corner blitz.
Folks, when you find yourself looking for your next car, truck, or SUV, look no further than wawaseemotorcompany.com. They take pride in each car that they sell.
So it's going to be 4th down and 7 for the Warriors. And we've seen so many attempted 4th down conversions tonight.
Boy, you just got to take your hat off to that Plymouth defense, don't you? They've shown up on every play. And, you know, they had to, Wawasee went 52 yards in 13 plays on their longest drive of the first half. Their scoring drive, 6 plays to go 40 yards.
This time the blitzer is picked up. Leach throws it out there, but it's tipped away by Hodges. The sophomore with another sensational defensive play.
Wow. They have been there on every single play tonight.
And Plymouth holds again. Boy, oh boy, I agree with you, Bob. You really have to take off the old chapeau to this Plymouth defense because they have been lights out tonight. Now we'll see if the Rocky offense can give them any kind of break. Plymouth really has not moved the ball since scoring its touchdown. Corbett, though, with some running room here. And Corbett is going to come up and pick up a 1st down with a pickup of 10 yards.
Well, you know, the defense for Plymouth has picked up the offense a couple times after the turnover and after the lack of a conversion. Let's see if the offense now can pick up the defense after that nice stop.
32-yard line, your new line of scrimmage on 1st and 10 for the Rockies. You see the clock at the top of your screen. Wawasee and Plymouth tied at 7. The winner goes to the sectional finals next week, probably facing Concord, which leads at halftime 28-3. It's Corbett again off the left-hand side, and Brent Corbett gets about 7 more yards before he's brought down in the open field.
That last carry by Corbett finally put Plymouth over the 100-yard mark for offense in this game tonight. And Wawasee, not a whole lot different. They're at about 140 yards. So Plymouth with the ball, their time to pick up some yardage.
Well, Corbett at the very least giving Plymouth some beneficial field position here with 3:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Dave Christensen in at receiver. As you take a look at Tyler Troball, who made the tackle on the last play. Clinton again hands it off. This time Wawasee is waiting. Brent Corbett couldn't get anywhere that time. He was surrounded by Tanner Benzinger and Stevie Phillips. Phillips just a freshman, but he's 6 foot, 210 pounds.
9 carries, 68 yards on the night for Corbett. There you see Clinton on the sidelines getting the play from the coaching staff.
He's going to come into the lineup along with Travis Loving. They'll be looking at 3rd down and 2 from their own 40. Double tight end setup here for the Rockies. Corbett, the tail of the tandem, takes the handoff, slices off the right side and gets the first down. Kazi brings him down, but not until after a pickup of 4, and that's another first down for the Rockies.
Bowen Printing is a proud Plymouth sponsor tonight. If you need a 100-foot banner or a huge full-color poster, they can do it for you. Bowen Printing has been serving the Plymouth community since 1943, offering color copies, forms, envelopes, labels, promotional products, and much more. Add that special touch to your events like weddings or graduations with custom-made invitations. Call Bowen Printing at 936-3924 for all your printing needs.
Suddenly a spark in the Plymouth offense. They've moved it out to the 44. They faked to Corbett this time. Clinton rolling out, looking for Glassburn, and just couldn't quite hang on. Glassburn laying out at the Wawasee 40, but the big tight end coming up just a little bit short.
Well, Plymouth has yet to complete a pass tonight, 0 for 4 now. And that ball just a little bit underthrown. It is windy, it is wet, and boy, you'd think there'd be some more passes in that 5 to 8 yard area, wouldn't you, partner?
Certainly not an easy ball to try to hang on to. Curtis Hysham checks in the lineup now for Plymouth at receiver. 2nd down and 10 here for the Rockies. Clinton keeps it himself on the option and barrels forward for about 4 yards to his own 49-yard line. Making the stop in there again is Braxton Riley. And actually, they'll put it down where his knee went down at the 48. So it's going to be 3rd down, and let's call it 6 here for the Rockies. And the Plymouth fans start to make some noise.
Well, partner, I don't know. Can you win a second-round sectional game without completing a pass?
It would be awfully difficult, but I'm sure somebody's done it somewhere down the road. Clinton on the option, gets forward for about 3 yards, maybe 2. He's in Wawasee territory at the 49. It's going to be 4th down and 4. And John Barron has been a gambling man all night, but not right here.
Nah. Field position could be so important in this game. There's only been 1 turnover, and it came on the opening kickoff, but you know, if you could punt the ball back into Wawasee territory and maybe get a turnover, all of a sudden that's a huge advantage in a game that has just been so well played, 7-7.
Quintana has not kicked well tonight. Joe Rietveld hoping his special teams can come up with a big play. Looking maybe for a block, but he's got Andrew Mock back deep. Snap was high, but Quintana with his best boot of the night. Mock will field it on a fair catch at his own 10-yard line. 39-yard kick by Quintana. And with 43.7 to go in the 3rd, timeout on the field, tied at 7 between Plymouth and Wawasee on TV 46. As we rejoin you, Tom Schwartz runs the football up to the 15-yard line, so it's 2nd down and 4 as the seconds tick away here in the 3rd quarter. Wawasee will probably get 1 more play off, although play clock has not been set yet, so they don't have to run a play if they don't want to.
It's all about the rhythm here.
2nd down and 5. Leach from the gun. Again, the quarterback draw, and Leach tripped up at the 16-yard line. He'll only get about a yard, and that's the way the 3rd quarter will come to an end. It's still Wawasee 7 and Plymouth 7. Wawasee failing to put up points in the 3rd quarter. That's been their premier quarter throughout the year. Will the 4th shine on the Warriors? We'll see next on the 46th game of the week. 3rd and 4 for Wawasee as we begin the 4th quarter, tied at 7. Some storylines emerging in this one. The play of the Plymouth defense. The failure of Plymouth to be able to complete a pass. The failure of Wawasee to take advantage of opportunities in Plymouth territory. But a big catch there by Andrew Mock as he gets the first down up to the 23-yard line on the pass from Joe Leach.
Good throw, good catch. Just 6 out of 18 on the night for Leach, and again, a tough night for passing for anybody, but
Austin Hodges had the coverage on the play. That's another first down for the WawaseeMotorCompany.com. So now Leach gets a fresh set of downs from his own 23. He'll hand it off. It's Schwartz again off the left side. Schwartz carrying tacklers for another first down. Brought to us by WawaseeMotorCompany.com. Pickup of 12 that time for the big running back, Tom Schwartz. Schwartz, who just has huge calves, puts those babies under him as he runs up the field. And that time it was Dustin White going for the ride.
Total yardage through 3 quarters unofficially. Wawasee 143 with 104 rushing, 39 passing. Plymouth 123 on the ground, and that's it. No passing yardage. First downs favoring Wawasee, 8-6.
Leach on the quarterback draw again. That's been a popular play for Wawasee tonight. And Joe Leach keeps it in his hands and goes forward for 5. And why not? Because so far, Bob, Joe Leach has not come even close to fumbling the ball.
73 yards for Leach now on 19 carries in the ball game.
Boy, got a nice block that time from Kyle Shampoo, the captain, the senior offensive lineman. Shampoo had a big game for Wawasee when we saw the Warriors play against Elkhart Memorial during the regular season. Second down and 6 from the 39-yard line. It's Schwartz off the right side, and oh, he got hunted down from behind by Sean Benner. What a beautiful play by Benner at the linebacker position. Benner, a 3-sport athlete. He's a wrestler, he plays baseball, and he got the single leg takedown here.
Boy, they're popping some people out there tonight. 10 carries, 49 yards for Schwartz in that fullback slot.
Alex Morris also in on that stop. So on 3rd and 5 from the 40. Leach with time throws out there. Richardson makes the shoestring catch at the 38. Nick Richardson with a dandy grab right there. 23 yards on the play for Richardson, and you'll get another glance on the TCU replay.
All of a sudden, 68 yards passing for Wawasee. Plymouth defense been on the field a lot here in the second half.
Now from the shotgun, it's Leach, and he's loose in the secondary. Joe Leach all the way down to the Plymouth 18. What a run for Joe Leach.
And Leach nearing that 100-yard mark in yardage on the night.
Well, he is so agile, and he gives a great example of it here on this play, making the cut and then somehow breaking the tackle of Brandon Elliott to go down to the 18. That's another first down for the WawaseeMotorCompany.com.
Well, that Plymouth defense has come up big all night long. Let's see if they can stiffen here. You can bet they've got to stop them 4 times if they're going to do that.
This drive started back at the Wawasee 10. Leach managed to short hop that one and go forward for 2 yards. I don't think baseball is in Joe's repertoire, but he handled that one as well as any shortstop could.
Pizza Bill's on Michigan Street in downtown Plymouth is proud to support the Rockies tonight. They fed our crew and did a great job. You know, there's something for every member of your team at Pizza Bill's. Of course, they have fantastic pizza and Italian dishes, but don't forget they've also got a huge selection of salads, hot and cold sandwiches, Mexican food, and even dessert. Rush to Pizza Bill's before the game and make the call that will have everyone cheering.
Another great job by Leach to handle the snap, and he throws the ball over the middle, and it's caught for a first down by the big tight end, Lance Zimmerman. Take another look at this on the TCU replay, and Leach showing great poise in the pocket that time, and then Zimmerman shows the ability to take the hit and hang on for his 14th catch of the year.
Gain of 14 yards on the play.
So it'll be first down and goal to go from the Plymouth 4. Wawasee going to take a timeout here. Timeout sponsored tonight by Michiana Contracting. 8:09 to go in the contest, and the Warriors want to make sure they're all on the same page. They're knocking at the door to break a 7-7 tie. John Barron and his team trying to figure out a way to squelch this Wawasee scoring threat. We're tied at 7.
Beginner instrument made just right for them. Stop in Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday from 9 to 5.
Joe Leach from the shotgun with 3 receivers and his fullback Tom Schwartz next to him. Bad snap, gets past Leach. He'll cut it up the left side, put his shoulder into people, and go out of bounds at the 2. And that is a toughness out of Joe Leach that he has sworn himself to this year. Leach said in an article in the Fort Wayne papers he doesn't want to, quote-unquote, wuss out when he goes into tacklers.
Going to mark him down at about the 2-yard line, so a gain of 2. 12th play of the drive coming up here.
2nd and goal from the 2. From the gun again, it's Leach. Handles the snap, runs forward, plows into the end zone. Touchdown, Joe Leach. His 22nd rushing touchdown of the year. And Wawasee is on top for the first time tonight, 13-7 with 7:59 to go in the contest. On to try the extra point is Aaron Polsian. He barely squirted the first one through. This one far more authoritative as it splits the uprights. 7:59 to go in the game, and now we'll see if the Rockies can answer. They trail Wawasee 14-7 on the 46. Game of the week. You take a look at Dave Burrows back deep to receive this kickoff from John Miller. Miller approaches and hits a short kick that rolls to the right-hand side. Plymouth pounces on it before it goes out of bounds because Wawasee was charging down with a chance to recover that one itself. So the Rockies will have it 1st and 10 on their own 28.
And they've got some work to do, obviously down a touchdown. 7:59, plenty of time. That shouldn't be a real issue here, but the number's starting to go Wawasee's way. Total yardage after 3 quarters, or right now, 227 for Wawasee, 121 for Plymouth. 100 yards difference now in total yardage. First downs 13-6. Plymouth got to get that offense going right here.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about the Plymouth defense tonight, and rightfully so, but the Wawasee defense has been very strong in this one. And now Plymouth giving the ball to its fullback, Michael Hooker, with that low center of gravity at 5'6", 195 pounds. And Hooker on his 22nd carry of the year, but his first of the night, picks up about 4. Check it, that was Brent Corbett, my mistake.
All righty.
Hooker was the lead blocker on that one, right in front of Corbett. And it's Corbett, the tail of the tandem here, as Clinton barks out the signals. And again, he'll give it to Corbett, who gets a nice block and flies forward to the 35 before he's brought down by Justin Wegner. Justin Wegner, who has been a special teams demon on this squad and is battling an ankle problem, comes through and makes the big stop on Corbett, who looked like he had room to run.
Budget Blinds is offering 35% off all signature products during the month of October. Plus, Budget Blinds will donate a portion of every sale to the American Cancer Society in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Call 277-6800 for a free in-home estimate or visit Budget Blinds in Granger on State Road 23 and Capitol Avenue. Remember, Budget Blinds custom window treatments and Shaw rugs make great gifts. Order early for Christmas.
3rd and a short 4, and down goes Clinton. Shelby Kelly got his man in the backfield. A great play by the defensive end, who gets his 3rd sack of the year.
Yikes.
And Wawasee, ever since the Plymouth touchdown, has completely dominated with its defense tonight.
Man.
4th down and 11, and Quintana will have to kick. The line of scrimmage is own 28. Mock back deep, standing at his own 35. Quintana hits this one high into the air. It'll take a roll for Plymouth and go down at the 40-yard line, and that's where Plymouth will down it with 5:44 to go. And now we'll see how much clock Wawasee can drain.
Well, they're going to drain as much as they can, that's for sure. And Plymouth you said their defense has come up big, but Wawasee in that scoring drive that gave them the lead threw the ball 4 times in that drive and did pretty well. They were effective through the air.
Well, and they moved the ball 90 yards down the field. I mean, quite frankly, they scored with the worst field position that they'd had all night. So 1st and 10 from the 40. Leach handles another bad snap adroitly, but this time he's not going to be able to make anything. Fumbles the ball. It's loose. Who got it? Plymouth has it. At the 39-yard line. Michael Hooker got in there underneath everybody and comes away with the ball. His 2nd fumble recovery of the year as you take a look on the TCU replay.
All of a sudden, Quintana's punt gives Plymouth some pretty good field position.
1st down and 10 from the Wawasee 38. I think this might be the first time that Plymouth has had the ball in Wawasee territory in the 2nd half. But we have a flag thrown. There may have been some movement by Plymouth or somebody lined up offside.
You're right, partner. This is the best field position that Plymouth had prior to this was when they started throwing 43. First time they've had it in Wawasee territory.
So speaking of the 43, that's where this ball moves back to on 1st and 15. Plymouth with all of its timeouts left and 5:36 to go.
And that's the first penalty of the night against Plymouth.
Corbett in the I formation takes the handoff. Left side, tries to use his speed to get around people and picks up 7 and goes out of bounds. Nice play that time by Benzinger to run him out of bounds.
Wawasee Motor Company, located in Syracuse, offers you high quality value and honest service when you're shopping for a pre-owned car. Click on their website at wawaseemotorcompany.com for their complete inventory and creative financing opportunities. To find the best source for your next car, click on wawaseemotorcompany.com, where they take pride in each car they sell.
The wind has really picked up. It's 2nd down and 7 now from the 36. Clinton on the option, stumbles and gets drilled in his own backfield.
They're going to mark his forward progress right around the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down and about 8 yards to go. And good defense there. Give credit to Wawasee. They have been awfully stingy.
Brandon Bunke, who made a key 4th down stop in the 1st quarter, is the guy that puts Clinton to the turf here. He had some help from Justin Wagner. 3rd down and 8. And we're still waiting for that first Plymouth completion of the night. Quintana goes out to the side. Here's Clinton. With time, throws, finds the big fella Quintana, and down he goes after picking up a rocky 1st down at the 24. For Alex Quintana, his 28th catch of the year, and Chad Clinton finally has the monkey off his back with 4:38 to play.
Well, I think Georgia Tech beat Notre Dame one time without throwing a pass. Long time ago.
Be about 78, I believe. They had a running back named Eddie Lee Ivory.
Yes, they did. Well, I'll tell you what, that was a well-thrown pass. Quintana pulled that in nicely. He's played a whale of a game today. Defensive tackle. And now he's split way out to the right side.
5 receivers in the formation for Clinton. Holding's going to be called on Plymouth here on this play, as Clinton's going to elude tacklers, and he would have picked up the 1st down, but a Wawasee player got absolutely tackled by the Plymouth lineman Greg Gottschalk, and this one's coming back.
And it's going to be a tough one because the flag is about 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so this is going to be a tough penalty against the Rockies. The good news, it came on 1st down, so they'll still have 4 downs and 4:03 left to go. Plenty of time.
And Dave Spencer didn't hesitate in throwing the flag from his referee's position.
Congratulations to this week's Fighting Irish sponsor. That's Bowen Printing. Bowen Printing will have free Notre Dame women's basketball tickets, T-shirts, and posters. Stop by Bowen Printing in Plymouth and pick up tickets for you and your family while their supplies last.
And you know, sometimes penalties happen way away from the play. Well, this one, Clinton doesn't make that run without the hold from Gottschalk. So it was a pivotal call. It's first down and 26 now from the 40 for Clinton and the Rockies. 4:03 to go in the contest. Plymouth trailing by 7. Clinton with time, didn't see Glassburn, he was wide open. Now Clinton's going to keep it himself and run forward for about 8 yards. Boy, Mitch Glassburn popped open about 10 yards downfield, but Clinton wound up running almost that far and stopped the clock by getting out of bounds.
And picked up about 9 yards. So it's going to be second down, about 18 yards to go.
Line of scrimmage will be the 31, and we're certainly in 4-down territory now at this point of the game.
Good decision by Clinton. Nobody was really open. You don't want to throw the ball up and have it picked off because you were trying to force something to happen. You've got 3 more downs to get that first down, if not get it in the end zone.
Well, now, partner, I'm going to disagree with you. There were people open. You just didn't see them.
Well, they were wearing white jerseys.
5 receivers in the set again for Clinton. Pump fakes, in trouble, down he goes. Braxton Riley with the sack. His 3rd of the year.
Loss of 6 yards on the play. Clock running.
Boy, the big Wawasee wrestler just poured right on through there that time. And he had company with him. So it's 3rd and 23 from the 37 for Plymouth.
21 carries on the night for Clinton for 44 yards. Good job defensively by Wawasee.
This time protection kept in there for Clinton so that he can maybe get the pass off. He's got lots of time this time. Fires over the middle for Glassburn. The tight end with the catch. He's going to the end zone. Touchdown!
Well, if you're looking for an electrifying play in this ball game with 2:58 to go, you had one right there.
Mitch Glassburn with his 3rd touchdown catch of the year, and the Rockies are within an extra point of tying this one up. Clinton had great protection that time and unleashed a bullet to the tight end on the crossing pattern. He broke a tackle, had a convoy, and took it to pay dirt. Chris Tobolski to try the extra point. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is good. 2:58 to go in the contest, and we're tied at 14. Wawasee and Plymouth living up to the billing on the 46th game of the week.
We had an electrifying play right there. Plymouth and Wawasee tied up. You know, you got to feel so good for both teams because whatever happens here tonight, obviously it's going to be painful for one of them. But both of them are going to know that they played well, and that's what you want to do in a game of this significance.
So Plymouth taking advantage of the Joe Leach fumble and making the Warriors pay. And now Tobolski with a nice kick that'll be fielded by Trobaugh to 17. Tyler Trobaugh with blockers in front, knives his way to the 35-yard line. That's where Wawasee will set up. 2:52 to go in the contest and 2 timeouts remaining.
Awfully nice open field tackle by Alex Morris.
And now Joe Leach, who has already run for 2 touchdowns tonight, brings his offense onto the field.
2:52, plenty of time.
Remember, Wawasee won in the regular season on a field goal with 7 seconds left. It's Leach with 2 receivers either side. Pressure coming. He steps away, throws deep down the field for Mock and overthrows him. Hodges was beaten by a step on the play, but Leach had to get rid of it in a hurry.
8 out of 21 now in the night for 79 yards for Joe Leach. An important 2 out of 6 for Chad Clinton for 49 yards and a touchdown.
What's remarkable is in the first game, when these two teams play, Leach threw 3 touchdown passes of 65 yards or more. But it's been the running game that's been more effective for Wawasee tonight. 2nd and 10. This time Leach with time, pump fakes, steps, throws again, and Mott can't get this one. Hodges had terrific coverage on the play. He has played an absolutely marvelous game for a sophomore.
Continues to amaze me about this game tonight, Pardo, with the conditions. You would think a 7-8 yard pass would be a lot safer, and both teams tend to want to throw it up. Throw it up there deep.
Yeah, Wawasee's acting like it's home run derby out here.
Well, I'll tell you what, 2 incomplete passes have stopped the clock. There's still 2:39 to go, and if they don't convert here on 3rd down and 10, Plymouth could get that football somewhere around their own 35 or 40.
Plymouth fans starting to make some noise. Leach with time going deep again, overthrows Richardson. He was open, I'll say that, but again, Bob, I tend to concur with you. There are no safe routes open right now for Joe Leach. Everything is going deep, and now it's 4th down. Wawasee takes very little time off the clock with that possession, and they're going to have to punt. And the Plymouth defense has come up time and time again tonight. They have harassed Joe Leach in the backfield. They've knocked away passes. They put him on the run and kept him on the run, and made it really difficult for the Wawasee quarterback, who hits a line drive punt here. It's going to roll, and Hodges finally picks it up. Hodges back at his 15, gets a great block from White, but then breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Hodges still going, and up to the 30-yard line. What a great return by Hodges.
Well, about a 45-yard punt as it turned out, and then about a 20-yard return.
Richard Leckleitner, an offensive tackle, finally had to bring him down. Take another look at this one at full speed on the TCU replay.
You see, he got on the front jersey. We saw the number 5 and went ahead and delivered the block. And look at Hodges' battle. Again, it's going to take everybody on the team to make this thing happen, no matter who wins. And Hodges putting in his contribution right there.
So now the Plymouth fans with something to cheer about, and remember,
Make our communities brighter for the electrical workers of Local 153. It's more than just wiring lights. It's apprenticeship programs to ensure you get trained, efficient workers for your residential, commercial, or voice data video project. It's donating time in our communities to help those less fortunate, and it's supporting local events like the one you're enjoying now. That's how the electrical workers of Local 143 help make our communities brighter. Getting excited, partner. What a finish we've got coming up here.
2nd and 5 from the 34 for Clinton and the Rockies. Clinton again with time. He's going to air it out and go deep, and it's almost intercepted by Tanner Benzinger, who smacks the ground in frustration.
Well, we said just a couple of minutes ago, the incomplete pass stops the clock, and now Plymouth facing 3rd down and 6. If they don't convert, Wawasee going to get that football around their own 35 or 40.
But everybody trying to get points while they can here in the 4th quarter, trying to avoid overtime.
The prophet Chuck Freeby sitting next to me.
Buddy, I wouldn't mind if my prophecy failed. Not looking for overtime any more than anybody else is, but I just have a feeling with two teams as closely matched as these two, that might be where we're headed.
Biggest play of the night for Plymouth was on the reverse. Let's see if they don't go back to the closet.
Well, they're going to go back 5 yards is what they're going to do.
Yikes. Plymouth hadn't had a penalty.
No, timeout called by Plymouth, and all of our timeouts tonight are sponsored by Michiana Contracting. 2 minutes to go in the contest, and we're tied at 14.
Well, one thing that Plymouth did overcome tonight was that third dimension for Wawasee we talked about. Wawasee's outscored their opponents 107-49 in the 3rd quarter. Tonight, the 3rd quarter was scoreless. So Plymouth, I'll tell you what, has come up big. Wawasee's come up big. Both teams have played well. 2 well-coached teams.
For the here and now, 2 minutes to go, 3rd and 5 from the Rocky 34. Clinton takes the snap, lets loose. Quintana couldn't hang on. It was knocked away by Ryan McDonald. McDonald with a nice play from his cornerback position to break up the pass to the big 6'4" senior.
Well thrown ball. I like that pattern. A quick slant. It looked like he would have had the first down, certainly, and maybe some room to run if he could hang on, but good defense again by Wawasee. People are making great plays tonight.
So on 4th and 5, Quintana lines up to punt. Andrew Mock back deep. It's a fine snap. Quintana hangs a high punt that's going to take a bounce at the 43 and be down there by Plymouth. So Wawasee with excellent field position, 2 timeouts left, and 1:47 on the clock.
Well, you can bet Wawasee's going to try to put that ball in the air. They've thrown it pretty well. Let's see if they don't go over some intermediate stuff. They've got 57 yards to go. They could get in field goal position probably with about 40 yards.
And so with the score tied at 14-14 and 1:47 remaining, there you see what happened the last time these two teams played. Now Leach goes deep for Andrew Mock, and this time makes the connection. Mock still on his feet. Hodges tries to make the tackle. Mock saluting everybody and getting down to the 15-yard line. Leach and Mock have been trying to hook up on a deep ball all night long, and they finally do it with 93 seconds to go as you take another look on the TCU replay.
42 yards on the pass completion.
And the extra effort by Mock after the play got him at least another 15 yards. And now Wawasee is certainly in field goal range for their kicker, Aaron Polsian. But I'm sure Joe Leach and the Warriors would rather punch it in for 6. Bad snap. Leach handles it adroitly, runs forward and gets 5. Wawasee with 2 timeouts remaining. Let's see if Joe Rietveld decides to use one here. No, he's going to signal in his play.
That run by Leach puts him over 100 yards in the ball game. He's also thrown for 121, so Joe Leach, as advertised, has been a huge force for Wawasee here tonight.
2nd and 5 from the 10. 2 receivers to each side. They put Mock in motion. Good snap to Leach this time. Quarterback draw. White hit him hard, but I don't know if he kept him from getting the first down. It looks like he did. It'll be 3rd and short. Clock down to 37 seconds and counting. Wawasee still with timeouts to burn if they want to.
Going to use it all.
And now Joe Leach comes over and says, here's the play. 22 seconds left. Leach on the snap. Again, the quarterback draw. I don't know if he made the first down. White makes the stop. It'll be awfully close. The officials stop the clock. They're going to take a measurement, and if they weren't, Wawasee was going to burn a timeout. No, it's first down. First down for Wawasee, and Wawasee does take a timeout with 14.4 seconds remaining.
Bo Hunt, you got to be able to feel the pulse down there in the field. The fans from Plymouth have been on their feet. Wawasee fans, what a great finish we've got coming up here. Both teams have really played well tonight.
Well, again, we're having a problem with Bo's microphone. So we'll see if we can rectify that problem. You take a look into that Wawasee huddle with Joe Rietveld. 14.4 remaining. The Warriors and Rockies tied at 14. The winner moves on to the sectional finals. The loser goes home. John Barron signaling out to the official, trying to find out how many timeouts Wawasee has remaining. Plymouth has timeouts remaining if they need to freeze the kicker, if it gets to that point.
28 carries on the night for Leach for 107 yards.
First and goal from the 5. He's going to run it again. Buries his head into the middle of that pile and gets forward to the 2. And Joe Rietveld will use his last timeout. And he didn't look too happy over on the far sidelines. And now Joe Rietveld is going to send his field goal unit out there. Aaron Polsian, about a 20-yard field goal.
Sounds awful similar to what happened the first time these two teams met this year.
Nick Richardson is the holder. And the snap is important too. See if Plymouth tries to freeze him with a timeout here. Yep, John Barron signaling for the timeout. And Plymouth will give him a little chance to think about this one.
Well, let's see if maybe Bo Hunt is back on line down there on the sidelines. And again, it's been a situation where the pulse is quickening from both sides. Bo, you got to be able to feel that down there in the field. Okay.
Well, Bo might be feeling it, but unfortunately, he can't tell us a darn thing about it.
All righty. Well, Bo will have our player of the game. And right now, I think if it's a Wawasee victory, you got to like the chances of him talking with Joe Leach again. And tell you what, Plymouth has had some outstanding play. Corbett's run for 86 yards tonight on 13 carries. Clinton has been outstanding, 50 yards on the ground and 49 through the air. As I said, it's going to be somewhat satisfying for both teams tonight because they both played well and they're very well matched. And we were hoping for this kind of a matchup, and succeeded all of our hopes as far as the matchup.
So Polson comes out for the kick, and we'll see if John Barron tries to freeze him one more time or lets it ride here. And indeed, another timeout is called by Plymouth. So that's the last one for the Rockies. We can guarantee you the next time they line up, something's going to happen.
Well, I can probably guarantee you that if we go down to Bo Hunt on the sidelines, we're going to be able to hear him now. He's gotten some. Okay, we'll wait a second yet, but 9.3 seconds to go. I don't know, Chuck, if I'm the kicker, I think I go for about a 30 or 40-yard jog, just kind of run around the field, waste some time, and try not to think about it. You know, all those guys in Wawasee are holding hands and hoping for a good kick, but not too many people are talking to the kicker right now.
And I don't think he wants to hear a lot from other people right now. He just wants to be in his own little world, go through his routine, try to keep it as regular as he can. The good news for him is it is the equivalent of an extra point.
Now, one point here I want to make is it's 2nd down and 3. If there's a bad snap, they could throw an incomplete pass or something and try to re-kick it. Be a heads-up situation for the holder. Hopefully they get a good snap.
Well, I'm sure they've gone over that with Nick Richardson. He is the holder. Here we go. The ball game on the line, tied at 14. Wawasee's Aaron Polson puts the kick up. It's blocked! It's blocked, and it's recovered in the end zone. And Plymouth has avoided disaster. Brett Corbett came through and got the block, and Plymouth lives for overtime.
How important were those timeouts for John Barron at the end of the game? He spent 2 of them. Let's see who gets the block. It was kind of a bad snap.
He never got any kind of height on it at all. If Corbett hadn't blocked it, an offensive lineman's rear end would have.
That ball was just kicked right into the line. Bad snap. Holder didn't get it down clean, and he just booted as best he could. Let's watch it again in just a moment. We are going overtime, and my partner called that in the first quarter. He said, you know, we could wind up all even.
Well, we'll be back with the overtime in a moment. Wawasee and Plymouth tied at 14 on the 46 game of the week. We have not had an overtime game on the 46 game of the week for quite some time, so let's give you a little refresher course of how this works. Each team will get the ball at the opponent's 10-yard line for a 1st and goal. And you have 4 plays to either put it in the end zone, kick a field goal, or hope that your opponent doesn't intercept the ball and take it back the distance. And just like overtime in any other sport, the coin flip, very, very important.
Especially on a night like this. If you hold your opponent, they have to try to kick a field goal. You got the same mystery that we just saw. And that would give a huge advantage to the other team. So they are talking it over. I want to take a moment to congratulate our officials tonight. Dave Spencer and his crew, Joe Schrader, Bruce Wyrick, Alex Weiskup, and Tom Hollivan done a great job tonight.
Wawasee has won the toss, so they have elected to take defense first. Plymouth will go down to the north end zone and try to punch it in.
Somehow, partner, I feel obliged to predict that Plymouth will score on a pass play. It was something they hadn't completed a pass play until the fourth quarter, and it helped them on their drive to tie the ball game at 2:58.
You're going to be down, doing everything down there right now. First and goal from the 10-yard line. You remember any classic overtime games you played in, Bo?
Regional championship, senior year, Jimtown Bremen. Came down to overtime, pass in the end zone. It's exciting, I tell you what goes on in overtime, it can't explain high school football. One possession apiece, do or die right here.
Well, Plymouth starts first on first and goal from the 10. I formation, they give the ball to Corbett. He goes right up the middle and picks up about 3 yards. So it'll be second and goal from the 7.
Well, Corbett has been the man tonight for Plymouth, 86 yards.
And he has played a lot on both offense and defense. You can tell the way they're scraping him up. His jersey soaked to the bone, covered in mud, and yet he still keeps right on going.
I don't know, somehow, partner, I just keep feeling that Quintana is going to be a factor, or Glassburn. I don't think Glassburn's in there right now.
Well, Quintana is split wide to the left, and McDonald has him in single coverage right here. Clinton drops back, takes the snap, throws for Quintana, touchdown Plymouth. You called it right, big man.
He's too much of a playmaker. He's too much of a factor not to be involved in the outcome of this football game. He did a great job defensively, and what a big throw for him right there.
McDonald played behind him because you have to respect his ability to go deeper in the end zone. But the thing is, if you don't cut him off in the front, that's what he'll do.
Well, an all-important extra point here.
Chris Tobolski on to kick this one. Plymouth back up on top for the time being, 20-14. Snap, and we've got flags everywhere. They'll probably have to move him back 5.
Well, unless Wawasee encroach, let's see what the call is, and it is the legal procedure against Plymouth. Boy, just what you need if you're John Barron, another mystery. Man, what a great football game. I want to thank once again all of our sponsors who help us bring us football all season long, and these playoffs are going to be absolutely fantastic.
Last year, regular season, double overtime. This year, field goal with 7 seconds left in the regular season, and now we're in overtime in the playoffs. Tobolski's boot is on its way, and it is good. So Plymouth has put 7 on the board, and now it's Wawasee's turn, and we have a flag at the end of the play.
Well, I tell you what you don't want if you're Wawasee is a flag that moves you back when you get possession. If it's unsportsmanlike, this could be devastating for the Wawasee Warriors.
Well, Dave Spencer, our lead referee, will talk it over with the rest of his crew, and let's see what the call is here.
Well, we've got an indication that it was the holder who was roughed after the kick.
And the penalty is declined, and so Wawasee won't be hurt by the penalty necessarily, but they'll get the ball at the 10-yard line, needing a touchdown and at least an extra point to keep it going. And of course, nothing says they couldn't go for 2 and try to win it if they scored the touchdown. Here's the roughing. Take a look on the TCU replay. Wawasee just kind of plowing into each other and running right into the holder there.
Boy, it's going to be tough for Plymouth to keep Leach out of that end zone, but I don't know if you get the ball at the 2.5-yard line. If you're Joe Rietveld, rather than risk a kick, you try to run it in. We'll see what happens. We're going to have a lot of football here in the next couple of seconds.
Leach takes the snap on 1st and goal from the 10. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Wawasee. Oh, that didn't take long. Lance Zimmerman found a seam. And now the Warriors decide, will they kick the ball with pulsing or will they go for 2? Remember, your kicker just had a field goal blocked. And now...
And a big reason it was blocked, too, Chuck, was the bad snap. And not to pick on the center so much tonight, but there have been a lot of bad snaps tonight. The conditions are not good. And Joe Leach has fielded about 15 ground balls back there. So not surprising. It's a tough situation. Now they're going to...
Well, look at this formation. Plymouth going to have to wonder what Wawasee's trying to do here. Wawasee looks like it's going to line up for 2. And now we have a timeout called.
I think John Barron said, oh, my goodness, what was that? I tell you what, they're going to put Leach and his fullback Schwartz out there and say, hey, 2-on-2, I think we can get in the end zone.
Well, Barron and Rietveld grew up together in the Twin Branch area of Mishawaka. They have been close friends ever since. And Rietveld getting into Barron's kitchen a little bit with that formation right there. Here's another look at the touchdown pass from Leach. This may have been as easy as completion of the night.
Plymouth secondary kind of seemed a little confused. I got him, you got him. But he was open. But all of a sudden, here we are with the question being called for, I think, by Joe Rietveld. I got a feeling, and you know, when you look back in retrospect, when they went for the field goal from about the 2-yard line or 2.5-yard line down here, maybe.
And he was upset when Leach didn't get into the end zone because he had to burn the timeout, and he knew if he went for the end zone and didn't make it, he wasn't going to get another chance.
Right.
So that's why he sent Polson out to try to kick the field goal. Well, that backfired too. So now you come down here. It's 21-20 Plymouth. Polson and the place kicking unit is coming onto the field. But it doesn't mean that you couldn't try a fake either.
I don't know. I think Joe Rietvald's going to go for it here.
Well, Polson is out there, but he's lined up right now on the line of scrimmage. Now, this might be the old Tyrone Willingham swinging gate formation. And indeed, everybody's kind of moving around. Polson sets his tee down. Richardson the holder. There's only 9 seconds left on the play clock. Here's the snap. It's a fake. They're going to try Leach on an end around. Leach stops, throws to the end zone. It's batted around and falls. Incomplete. Plymouth looks as though it is won, but there are flags everywhere on the play. So hold everything. It looks as though Plymouth has won the football game, but we don't know. There are Rockies down on the field. There are flags down on the field.
I got to believe it's holding against Wawasee and any... Well, we'll see.
I wouldn't speculate right now. Let's let Dave Spencer make the call. Nobody seems very celebratory. Personal foul, face mask against Plymouth. And Wawasee will get another chance, this time from the 1.
Boy, I didn't see that. But it must have happened when Leach was rolling out.
Well, there were all kinds of flags. I mean, it wasn't just one flag. There were 2 or 3 that came out. So a lot of different people saw it. Now, the irony of this is that when Plymouth lost in the regular season, the field goal was set up by a flag thrown on Plymouth to move the field goal closer. Take another look on the TCU replay, and right there, that's where Burrows got the face mask.
Let's get back to the game now. They're ready to go for it. 2-point opportunity.
Okay, here we go. This time the line of scrimmage is the 1-yard line. Leach going from a more conventional formation. And this time Wawasee is going to take the timeout and set up the play. All right, everybody, take a deep breath and hold on tight, because here's the ball game. 21-20, Plymouth leads it. Wawasee going for 2 from the Plymouth 1-yard line. Joe Leach in at quarterback from the shotgun. There's the snap. Leach hesitates, runs for the end zone, and does not make it. Plymouth has won the game, 21-20. Leach is down on the field. He looks as though he might have been injured on this play. Here coming through is Alex Quintana with some help from Brandon Elliott, and Quintana's strength brings the knee down before Leach can extend. The right call was made, and Plymouth has come up with an improbable 21-20 victory.
Oh, my.
As the Plymouth celebration continues.
Might have landed on the football. Doesn't look like it's a leg injury, but, you know, the disappointment on top of everything else has to make it tough for him to get up. A very, very emotional finish to this ball game. Wawasee said, you know what, it's ending right here one way or the other. They took their shot. I think it was a good call by Joe Rietveld. You got to like Leach's chance of getting the end zone on that play, but how about Alex Quintana? All season long, we talked about what a difference maker he had to be for Plymouth. Tonight, he came up with maybe his best game of his career.
Rocky Top will be blaring throughout Marshall County tonight. We'll come back with our Shelburne Clinic Player of the Game.